Congratulations. What does it feel like waking up in the morning knowing that you're going to make your NHL debut?
Feels good. I'm excited. I have a lot of family coming tonight. A lot of people helped me get here, so just thankful for them, thankful for God, and just going to take it all in.
Who's going to be here? You have family roots in this area?
Well, I'm from Nova Scotia, but my family moved out here 4 or 5 years ago, so yeah, they're all here. Got like uncles, aunts, cousins coming. I got like 15 people. Yeah, so it's gonna be cool to have all of them out.
Is this where you spend the off season?
Sorry?
Is this where you spend your off season then?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so
yeah.
you kind of call Ottawa home away from home now.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Is your brother making it?
Yeah, he's flying in from New York this morning. Yeah.
Are you essentially playing for free? In that regard, with
what do you mean?
Like with just like getting tickets for everybody?
Oh, I don't know. I think they're helping me out there. So yeah.
When you envision stepping on the ice this evening, how do you think it's going to feel for you?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be excitement, nerves. So just going to try to play my game. Maybe get a hit under me first shift, and just try to get loose a little bit and just play my game.
How much work has gone into this moment for you?
I mean, it's what every kid dreams of their whole life. They wake up at 6 a.m. and put the skates on and go to work. So have to thank a lot of coaches, family, teammates, to get here at this point. So it's been a ride.
A lot of Marlies forwards are having good seasons. Why do you think you got called up and are getting this opportunity right now?
I mean, just playing. I had a good couple games down there. So I mean, they're just rewarding me, and there's so many guys from the Marlies that could be up here right now. So I'm thankful they chose me.
How much can you lean on someone like Fraser, who's been through the experience most recently of making his debut and then also playing on the
Yeah, I just talked to him about the little things, like what to expect and stuff like that, and looking forward to playing with him. He's a great player, good two-way player, and makes plays, so hopefully we can do something tonight.
How well do you know Matthew Nyes? I know you guys are kind of going to be tied in history with the NCAA championship there.
Yeah, I mean, we trained together in the summer, and so I'm starting to get to know him a little bit, so that's past us at this point, so it doesn't matter now. We're teammates. So.
What's your perspective on this Battle of Ontario playing the Senators tonight?
It's going to be a hard-nosed game, and they're going to battle hard, but we're going to fight back, so it's going to be good.
The fact that Bobby played college with your brother like years back, when you talked to Bobby about that, or what's it been like getting to know him a little bit?
Yeah, me and my brother and Bobby are good friends. Bobby asked me if my brother was coming out tonight, so it's good that my brother will be able to see him play too. Hopefully they can chat after the game or something.
Who do you skate with here in the summertime? Like which group do you have?
I do a little bit of. I came to Toronto early August, but I trained at Carleton University during the summer. Had sessions with Mike McVie there, so at Carleton University. So yeah, it was good summer sessions there.
How would you describe your nerves level right now?
I'm a little nervous, a little excited, but just gonna approach it like any other game. Just go through my routine and just try to be ready for the game.
Did you see any family last night, or were you with teammates? Or
Yeah, actually, I went to my mom and dad's house for dinner, so it's good to get a home-cooked meal before the game.
Does it make it different making your debut here in Ottawa just compared to any other market?
Yeah, I mean, my first NHL game I ever watched was in this building, so it's kind of cool to come back here for my first one.
What game was that?
I believe Ottawa-Boston. It was maybe 5 years ago or something, 6 years ago, yeah.
Fraser, what stands out about the Senators and the challenge that they present tonight?
I think they're going to be playing physical and fast, and it'll be a good high-energy matchup. Battle of Ontario, get the crowd into it especially, so it'll be a tight, hard game, and got to bring our best.
You were there in Montreal a week ago. What have you learned about this team and how well fans of the Leafs travel and make noise in other buildings?
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, like in the hotel today, there's fans in the elevator saying they came here from Toronto to watch the game. So they got a little bit of a traveling crew at all the close games, which is unbelievable. I know, no other teams really get that, so it's pretty special.
You got to make your NHL debut last season. Jacob Quillan's going to do it today. You've played with him with the Marlies. What stands out about him and what he's done to deserve this opportunity?
Yeah, it's great for Q. He definitely deserves it. He brings it every night. with whatever he's given opportunity-wise, and works really hard, skates well, uses his body, and he's competitive. So he's been doing great, and it'll be great to play with him tonight.
What have you sensed from him today? What have you sensed from him today in terms of his nerves, in terms of how he's feeling about his debut?
Yeah, I'm sure he's nervous, but he's just excited. It's a big time achievement, so it'll be fun. I'm sure we won't have a lack of energy on our line tonight, so it'll be great.
Do you have words of advice for him?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not that deep into it. I'm still a couple years younger than him, so I don't think he's asking me for advice. But I'd just say have fun. I'm not the guy to ask for advice yet.
More in terms of the fact that you've had your debut pretty recently. You have that feeling recently.
Yeah. It was funny. Him kind of texting me, asking what do we wear on the plane and stuff like that. That was me last year. So I just try to, if he has questions, answer. But
did you give him the right answer back?
Yes.
Do you remember who was that like diffuser for you before your first game? Like if you were ramped up or anything, like who's the one to kind of help put your mind at ease?
Yeah, I was staying with Nizey and JT at the time, so those guys are probably guys I was going to with those questions.
What do you think needs to change from the performance against Blue Jackets last game?
I think just cleaning up kind of net fronts, maybe winning some more pucks and getting some more pucks there in their end, and then at our end just grabbing some more sticks, making sure they don't get those second, third chances kind of in and around the goalie, and just being better kind of in that house area offensively, and then getting them out of there defensively, I think would have made the difference against Columbus.
It's your first Toronto-Ottawa experience here. What do you think the intensity is going to be like?
I think it's going to be a big game for both teams. So I mean, standings are super tight, especially in the East. If you look, it's pretty crazy. So every 2 points matters.
Jacob Quillan, undrafted guy, making his NHL debut. What do you remember about your first game?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I blacked out for the start of it. I honestly, warm up, I feel like I don't remember it all. But it was, once you get going, it's so much fun, and it's obviously well earned for him, and it's amazing accomplishment.
As a leader on the team, do you talk to a guy like that, or do you just
just let him play? I think just let him enjoy the moment, and give him a little confidence. But I think it's just go out there, play, and enjoy yourself. It only happens once, right?
The Senators have scored 130 minutes. What are you expecting from their offense today?
They have a ton of skill. They generate a lot, so they're going to get pucks in net. They have big bodies that go to the net, so I'm assuming a ton of pucks to the net and a lot of bodies. That's usually the recipe for everyone when pucks aren't going in.
You mentioned how does the feeling of the season change also? We're past the midway part, you're looking at the standings. Are you feeling a little extra, intensity?
I think as you get, I think every game, especially against your division, is extremely intense, and you want to win to sort of separate yourself from them. But I think definitely down the stretch here, it's important. Every 2 points it means a lot.
What do you think about how close it's been for some of those lower spots in the Atlantic, but also even so far as the wild card, with how close everyone has been in terms of points?
Yeah, just a ton of parity in the league, right? So I think there's, I don't know the exact numbers, but there's got to be 7 or 8 teams within a couple of points of each other, and it's usually not like that this far into the season. So I think it just speaks on how much parity there is throughout the league.
Greg has been talking about wanting you guys to be emotionally invested in these games, and he said sometimes he sees it, sometimes he doesn't. How challenging is that when there's 82 of these things?
It's a long season. I think, for me, I try to take the same approach every game, and obviously some games are going to go better than others, but I feel like I'm there every game and trying to win. So as you said, there's 82 games, and sometimes things are going well, sometimes things aren't, but you have to be able to battle through tough situations, and when things are going well, just sort of keep your foot on the gas and be able to propel yourself to play even better.
What goes through your mind when you hear that Nico Rantanen is coming to your conference?
Yeah, I mean, I played against him now for long. Played against him in playoffs last year, so I know how good he is, and he's definitely one of the top players in the league. There's not many guys better than him. So yeah, obviously he makes the East probably a little tougher again, just because how good he is.
Greg, what stands out about the Ottawa Senators and the challenge they present?
Well, they got a good team. They got a lot of good young players. They're maturing as it goes along. Starting on the back end with Sanderson and Shabbat, and up front with Stutzel, Kachuk. They got a number of different guys. They play a good brand of hockey. I think they're defensively been strong this year, and again, they got lots of skills. So it's always a tough battle against them.
Quillan's in, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you usually say to a kid making his NHL debut?
I mean, depending on the player, like I talk about his skill sets and what he needs to do. He's a good skater. Like we talk about, use your skating tonight and your size and your strength, and be physical and keep the game simple. Get into the game. Get yourself into the game in the first couple of shifts if you can by skating and getting involved, and then as the game goes along, he's going to feel more comfortable, right? So, but that's about it. You don't try to complicate the game.
How much juice is there when there's a rivalry coming on a Saturday night? It's battle last weekend, Toronto, Montreal.
No, there's always emotion involved. We talked about being emotionally invested here right away in this game. I think that's a big thing. I mean, when you're playing, teams in your division and it's a rivalry, like you got to be emotionally invested in the game.
Just further to that, it was a great scene in Montreal last week, and imagine what it'll be like tonight. Is that a good time considering this is the time of the season where you feel like the grind to kind of help snap players?
Oh, definitely. I think if you look at games over the last 2 weeks, you can see the emotion in some games and not enough in other games. And it's, like in Montreal, a lot of emotion in the game. Tampa Bay the other night at home, there's a lot of emotion in the game, and expect the same tonight.
I realize you weren't the coach of the Maple Leafs last year, but when these two teams met here, sparks flew at the end of the game. How do you think that has really added fuel to the fire of this rivalry?
It's a while ago, but I think it's always in the back of everybody's mind, to be honest with you. As a player, you'd always talk about it or bring it up or maybe. But again, that's in the past. I think, we played them already once and nothing happened. I mean, I don't expect anything really. You just got to go and play. And if something, something happens or breaks out, well, then you just, make sure we're, working together and helping each other out there.
What goes through your mind when you hear that Nico Rantanen has followed you to the Eastern Conference?
Well, he's a great player. I'll tell you that. I saw him a lot in Colorado when I was in St. Louis, and he's one of the best players in the National Hockey League. I mean, size, strength, scoring ability, great shot. I mean, he has all the tools. It's so it's helped their team.
We saw Connor Dewar was placed on injured reserve. He hasn't really kind of been on the ice. Is there a timeline for him? That's a tough one because that's a feel thing. It's going to take a little bit of time. I can tell you that from past injuries I've seen. Same. It's hard to put a timeline on it because you think it's a week and then it's 2 weeks and it goes on. So I'm not saying it is going to be 2 weeks. I'm saying it's hard to figure that one out, that injury. It's a feel thing, and once he gets on the ice, when he starts to get on the ice and get practicing a little bit, we'll know a lot more where he's at. And Max Pacioretty was on the ice before.
Yeah, he's doing better. I think he'll be practicing with us next week, I think.